siku hizi umekuwa weak, siku hizi umekuwa soft. Wewe unanijua. Wakenya ni watu useless. Bro, usiwahi respect Mkenya. Don't ever respect Kenyans. Kenyans are not good people. Respect the country. Don't respect the people in the country.
Sa hizi juu YouTube wameku demonetize, all of a sudden now ni corporates. YouTube are the ones walikuwa katikati yako na corporates. So now you could do anything that you wanted.
Don't think you can cancel me. Go cancel your nyanye. We are uncancelable.
Is this true? Do you believe that Andrew Kibe is immune to cancel culture? By now we know that Andrew Kibe was banned from YouTube. To be honest, Kibe was a legendary YouTuber.
Kibe is the best. Yes, Kibe is the best.
He was adored by his hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers. He always brought a smile to our faces on every live for saying things like this.
The Kenovias in Nigeria chungu nzima wamejaa huko. Kwanza usikuwe dikalaiski ni hivi unajua vile mademo wamebit. Mademo wote wanakaa Mr. Ibu.
Others were offended, like, allow me to say this, Kabahanya and Kanuthia. But this is what made Kibe famous. In the long run, these attacks and having no filters brought him problems. I don't want to sound like a hater, but after YouTube, Kibe has not been the same again. He tried to create his own platform in Africa, but that failed. He tried to move to a platform called Rumble, but that also failed. At least he succeeded on X, but also there he said some things and people are not happy. Kibe is not getting quite as much love as he did when he first started. So what went wrong? Do people still listen to Andrew Kibe? Is he still ruling the internet as he once did? Or he became a lambistic piece of shit? Let's find out. Make sure you stay till the end and remember to like and subscribe. People will do anything to become popular on YouTube, which is okay. The work of a YouTuber is not just to entertain, but to get views. And that is one thing that Andrew Kibe mastered. By now we know the history of Kibe, how he was making videos on rooftops. I even made a video before, you can go and check it out. Now let's begin at the point where Andrew Kibe began his famous YouTube channel. Andrew Kibe's main YouTube channel was created in March 2017, and as of March 2023, he had posted over 2,500 videos. It's estimated that he was posting 32 videos a week. That is a lot of content. It requires dedication and consistency. Kibe was hosting live shows daily from Monday to Friday.
We do this all day, bro. All day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All days including the holidays, yes.
His content was different and relatable. It was exciting to hear a person actually say what was really on his mind without fear of getting cancelled or the fear of not getting deals. And for that, Kibe became a legend on YouTube. According to Andrew Kibe, his show was not a place to get inspired or to change your life. It was pure nonsense. It was the Andrew Kibe comedy show.
The Andrew Kibe comedy show. We do nothing but pure nonsense. Don't come here for what I'm trying to change my life. Please, not here. Yo unaweza kwa call there. Ama kwa Zari, the or anybody else who's out there for that matter.
And was Andrew Kibe funny? Yes. But at times, he offended some people. Kibe had no limits. Still, he has no limits. Some jokes were funny, but others were not funny. Some people even said that he was a sadist and what he was doing was hate speech and not comedy.
Luya will never let you down. She'll keep you fed. Luya, bro, I think Luya is like the top tier. Problem is they're ugly as
I had to censor most of these videos because Kibe was completely unfiltered. But that is what brought him the success. His fans still loved the shows and some were looking up to him. People were talking about him, including fellow YouTubers, saying that he understands the internet business and the podcast business.
If you want to learn the podcast business, no one does it better than Lambistic. No one. Like this dude, every avenue that can be monetized, he's monetized.
It said that YouTube was paying him about 2 million shillings a month, and he also had other ways of making more money. He was on platforms like Patreon, Instagram, and X. There's also a website, mrlambistic.com, where he sold merchandise. He managed to build his brand from scratch, making it a big brand. But with Kibe's massive amount of success came a massive amount of hate, especially revolving around Kibe's unfiltered content, which was labeled as misogynistic and distasteful. Free speech does not mean freedom from consequences. Is this why his YouTube channel was terminated? Or were some evil people behind his termination? On September 11th, 2023, Andrew Kibe's YouTube channel was terminated. At the time, the channel had 474,000 subscribers and he had posted about 3.1k videos. Many people wondered why this was happening and wanted to know the reasons why Kibe's channel was cancelled. And YouTube can't just throw someone's work to trash just like that. That was not the only person that wondered what had happened to Kibe. Another one said, cancel culture cannot be allowed to take root in content creation. Kibe's termination of YouTube accounts is not about his message, but a direct attack on the creative. Restore his accounts. Say no to cancel culture. Google's head of communications and public affairs for Africa, Dorothy Ooko, responded and said that Kibe violated YouTube terms of service, leading to the channel's termination. While he was restricted from using YouTube features, including uploading videos on his channel, he used another channel to get around these restrictions, aka circumvention, resulting in termination of all his channels. Kibe replied to the tweet, unsure if the termination was genuine. Sounds so pedestrian. Can you show me the emails of the violation? That's the procedure, right? I mean, there's no way YouTube permanently blocks any channel that has over 3,000 videos with no proper trail. Some people were asking questions about Kibe's claims that his channel was blocked with no proper trails. Kibe, you didn't receive any email for any violation or warning? Having 3,000 videos or so won't caution you to do anything. Just be honest. I don't think someone can wake up and terminate you from an app without a written down process. YouTube didn't just terminate his main channel, it also removed his several accounts permanently. Andrew Kibe believed his termination was planned by some people. He didn't violate YouTube terms of service.
And I'd seen this thing and I realized that one day they'll get pissed off at us. And you see, the problem is, right now, the woke mob and the corporate lesbians, hao ndio wamekimbia wakafanya nini? Wakiwa na ule anyiko huyo.
Andrew Kibe then appeared to dismiss the termination as a minor hiccup in his creative journey. He even said that he was waiting for that day, the day YouTube kicks him out, and added that Kibe is the best and he already has a solution.
Finally, the day has come. We have been waiting for this day. The day YouTube kicked us out. Yes, YouTube kicked us out of all my channels. Yes, I was like, Allah, yeah. But Kibe is the best. I had already thought of a solution.
Even though it was big news to most people, Kibe said it was not a big deal. He was not employed by YouTube, and YouTube is but a platform.
Kucanceliwa YouTube ni kitu kubwa. How is that news? I don't understand it. I was not employed by YouTube. It doesn't make sense. Nika mjakuwa hapa. You've not seen me building these products. Kwa ni products ni happy tuko nazo hapa. YouTube is but a platform. Now I have my own platform called yafrica.com. I mean, by Friday we'll be going live on that platform. By Friday, what do you say?
His fans were not worried. They even celebrated because their master, Kibe, already had a new platform. Had Kibe not been as raw as he is, he would never have made that 2 million a month. So he had to definitely continue with the same trend, and he probably didn't believe he would be kicked out. But let's now see how he will take it back again, now that he's starting up again. Others criticized Kibe, saying that he was not wise, because it was time for him to slow down and make content that does not violate YouTube terms of service, as he was making 2 million a month on YouTube, and with that kind of income, you need to be very careful. 2 million per month translates to almost 24 million per year from YouTube alone. That's huge. When you start making such huge amounts of money, it's only prudent that you start being cautious, because at the end of the day, the goal is to continue making money. I don't think there's a better monetization platform than YouTube. Yafrica won't even come close.
I feel like if something is giving you 2 million shillings, it's time to slow down. It's time to think about money. Think about the money.
Kibe fans didn't like that comment and they attacked Mwafrika, saying it's not all about the money. Get a brand and the money will follow you anywhere you go. Twitter also pays. TikTok and Instagram has gifts, and Kibe still has his fan base. You can't allow it to be manipulated by a company just because they're giving you money every month. That is equivalent to selling your soul. Andrew Kibe also responded and said this about Mwafrika.
Mouth, you're a fucker. And not just a fucker, you're a fucking loser. That's what you are. A fucking loser. Ubaya yako ni heartburn na jealousy. Toka kwa jealousy mwafu. Ndio uweze kubuild your podcast yako. Uko na potential mkaa mwenda. You have very great potential. But where you're playing to the women, until you stop playing to the women, you're going nowhere.
So, with that said, did the new Andrew Kibe platform succeed? Let's find out. Africa was a new platform that Kibe was creating, and he was confident that the platform was the next big thing in Africa. According to Kibe, the platform was made for Africa by Africans, which was a good thing, building Africa. The platform was much like YouTube. You could upload music, podcasts, videos, and even scripts. Just like YouTube, you could sign up and start uploading content. It wasn't complicated. Kibe was confident that the platform was replacing YouTube, and people, especially from Africa, would no longer need YouTube because of its stringent policies like censorships, because Africa will promote free speech.
Made for Africa, by Africans. It's called yafrica.com. God damn it.
Africa was a brilliant idea, but it was not well thought. And this is how most people felt. That site is clearly a rushed job. You can just tell from the junky logo that it's a basic script, lightly edited by some amateur coders. YouTube has put in an enormous amount of work behind the scenes on infrastructure, programming, traffic building, and sales to make life easy for the creators. To match any income from YouTube is a tall order. If I was Kibe, I would copy the Edgar Barry model and now switch to subscriptions. Truth be said, Africa may never be successful. Tech doesn't support alternatives. It's the reason Google's Chrome will never match Windows. Microsoft failed at competing with Android. Samsung's Tizen couldn't match Google's Android. Google's entry into social media with Google Plus was a disaster. Google has always struggled with hardware. The only way to succeed is to offer something new. Twitter will similarly fail if it tries to compete with an already established product. Africa ultimately failed. Building a social media app that requires people to subscribe is not a joke. The app also had many bugs. The search icon at one point was not working, the live feature was not working, and the site was super slow.
Iko load haraka, bado kanazunguka tu bado. So ndio kitu moja nimenotice hii app iko kanda slow kidogo.
Most of the features were fixed, but the app was not reliable. Some people stopped using Africa. Kibe even admitted later that Africa was a failure, saying he spent a lot of money to fix the app, but it didn't work, and he had to go back to the drawing board and build a new platform.
My idea was, when I started Africa, was to have something built by local people. So I got some students from KU and SUA and any. Got a couple of guys, sat down with them and decided this is what we're building. We're building the future. Some character development, my friend. I'm still bleeding from my ass from all the money that I spent on those little motherfuckers. So what I did is I had to now go back to the drawing board and build a new platform.
Kibe also switched to another platform called Rumble, where he did the same things he was doing on YouTube. At the time of making this video, Kibe has 4.95 followers on Rumble, which is a good number by the fact that most Kenyans don't use Rumble. I guess Kibe was the first celebrity in Kenya to start using Rumble. Now remember, all this time, Kibe was making content in the US, but in December 2023, he came back to Kenya. One of the things that brought him back to Kenya was to launch Africa, and he organized this party for that. The entry fee was, as you can see, 20,000 Kenyan shillings, not per family, per person. One person, 20,000. Kibe called it a graduation day, where his fans would graduate. But why were they paying all this money? for these reasons. You would get your Africa shares and invest in their vision, which is now dead. You would get networking opportunities. You would talk with panelists and connect with a special community of individuals dedicated to personal development. Now, for 20,000, you just talk and network. I know you're wondering, but people paid. Besides this expensive graduation, Kibe did comedy tours in Nairobi and Eldoret, where he featured comedians like DJ Shiti and Nikki Big Fish. Kibe also appeared on several podcasts like the Ikonini podcast and the Kisi Angani podcast.
His soul. I don't believe that shit.
His body?
I don't care. May his ass rest in peace. Finally, those chicks are not going to be clubbed anymore. But you saw what happened.
He hosted Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino. Babu Owino even shared the video on his YouTube channel, which has now garnered, as you can see, 213,000 views. In March 2024, he featured on Mungai Eve's new YouTube channel, despite him mocking Mungai Eve in the past. As I speak, this video is Mungai Eve's most watched video, with 732,000 views. Kibe was thriving, but as time went by, his relevancy kind of dwindled, especially on X, and the problems began when he hosted this space, Finance Bill Debate 2024. According to people, Kibe was in bed with the oppressors. He had been compensated handsomely by the government to host that space, because in the space, Boniface Mwangi and the likes of Francis Gaitho were never allowed to speak fully. The debate wasted a lot of people's time. It descended into personal attacks, character assassination, and generally unorganized chaos. Worse, you had people that frankly knew nothing about the bill question the integrity and patriotism of those who obviously knew something about the bill. After the space, which was chaotic, Kibe made this post the following day. The post got over 2.5k comments, and it was mostly insults, some saying he was a sellout, and others saying he had become a puny. The attacks did nothing to Kibe. He seemed unbothered, and even updated his ex-profile picture to this. During the Occupy Parliament protest, Kibe was skeptical about the Gen Z movement, saying it would go nowhere, but the protests were successful, contrary to his expectations. And Kibe would later apologize that he was lost and found, and that the Gen Z had opened his eyes.
Now. And I want to thank the Gen Z because the Gen Z have opened my eyes, honestly. I was lost, but now I'm found. And I'll tell you why. I'll explain why. At the beginning of this thing, I was very skeptical because I'm a puny. I am afraid.
After this apology, some people were not ready to forgive him, and others did. And Kibe would later attend the protests and was now posting content in support of the protests and the Gen Z movement. So does it mean that things are now okay and people like Kibe like before? Not really. This is what some people even said about Kibe. Your moment of relevance was lost the day you began working with the government. However, I stopped paying attention to you even before the protests because in your podcasts, you were consistently dismissive of crucial political issues and never took a stand. You can't preach about integrity when you have none. You're an old mzee who can't advise us on anything. Nevertheless, this mzee still believes he is the king of the streets.
Walikuwa wameniua wakaniambia zia utawairudi kwa mtandao. But who are we? Hey, look at us now. Who's laughing now? Mtandao isn't it? Wezi, I will create my own platforms just to be here. They are never ever. How? I'm the king of these streets, my guy. Don't need any permission from nobody.
Do you believe that? Tell me in the comment section below, and remember to like this video and subscribe. And to the people who watch and don't subscribe,
you deserve whips, furious, useless fellows. Oh, very silly.
Anyway, you can follow me on Instagram at ongori.reports, and let's meet in the next video.